Hey everybody, how's it going? Diecast and more here, and today we're going to be doing a review of the 1/50th scale Engcon tilt rotator accessory set. And as you can see here, we were provided very generously by Engcon with 7 attachments along with their coupler and tilt rotator set. And just kind of wanted to give everybody a little review of this, show everybody what it looks like up close and personal, and that's basically it. So no further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right ahead and jump right into the review. Alright, so first things first, I kind of wanted to show everybody what exactly we're getting into here. And right off the bat, it's going to take a second for us to get focused in, it looks like. Hopefully we can get it there. That gives you an idea what we're working with here, but as you can see, basically on both sides we have hydraulic cylinders that would allow the entire assembly to rotate approximately 30 degrees on the model from side to side, and along the bottom the hitch will swivel 360 degrees, so that will allow for full rotation of whatever attachment that you may or may not have hooked up to the machine at that time. Technically speaking, and it's going to be a little difficult for me to show you this on camera, technically speaking, this top part that hooks up to the stick of the excavator is a coupler that would hook up to the rotator here, and I could, in theory, remove the Engcon tilt rotator assembly from the excavator. However, I don't have any desire to do that at this time, at least, so we've decided to go ahead and keep it on there for now. But like I said, this was all given to me by Engcon. Joanna was a very nice sales representative to speak with, and she was very very kind and wanting to hear about my experience over the years with diecast and construction in general and so on and so forth. So it was a very cool experience getting to speak with her, and in the end receive this model and the accessories. And I also received a hat and t-shirt and brochures and sunglasses and quite a few other really cool things. So I'm going to browse over that real quick before the end of the review, but I wanted to jump in next and show you all what some of the attachments look like. So we're going to go ahead and get to that next. Alright, so the first attachment that I have up here is essentially a little grading bar that they have. I just want to also note that I don't have everything pinned. Not everything that I received came pinned, so I still haven't quite gotten around to pinning that up. But essentially, as you can see here, it's just a little grading bar, and on the back side of it, it has a little roller that would help smooth everything out just that extra little bit more. You don't see it too terribly much over here in the US. It's kind of more or less more of a UK kind of thing. But pretty nice little attachment there. Definitely very, very cool to have with the excavator. So that'll do it for that one, and we'll pause the video. And alright guys, second up we have the Pallet Forks attached here, and they're a pretty nice little addition. You can get pretty creative with some pallets and set them in some pretty interesting locations if you wanted to. But that's a pretty cool little attachment there as well. Time for number 3. Alright, number 3 we have, which is basically a cutting wheel. I'm assuming you would be cutting around manholes and other things like that with this. You just kind of draw a little line where you're going and go about your business. I don't know, it's kind of more or less a UK thing, really. I don't think it's really caught on too heavily in the North American market yet, but nevertheless, it is definitely a pretty cool little feature to have there. On to number 4. Alright guys, next we have a plate compactor from Engcon. This is a little bit different than your typical plate compactor. Typically they're more or less a squared off rectangle. This is more like a true rectangle, so it's definitely a little bit of a different design. Pretty cool. It's definitely convenient that it matches up with the rest of the unit there. I'm trying to zoom in on that real quick for y'all. Pretty nice work that they did here. Pretty good stuff. Alright, next up we're going on to the next one. Alright, these next 2 actually are pretty self-explanatory. This is just a typical 4-tooth digging bucket provided by Engcon. Nothing to get too excited about. It does have a hole there where it was previously mounted to its little display case that it came to me in. And number 2 would be this ditch bucket right here. Cleanup bucket, ditch bucket, some people have different names for it. It's definitely a different design than what you typically would see here in the US. That's a little bit of mark where it was glued to the display case that it came to me in, but definitely a little bit of a different design there, as you can see, but pretty cool bucket nevertheless. That leaves 1 attachment left. I'm not even going to bother to pause the video at this point. We're just going to go ahead and hop right into it. Here we have the Engcon grapple. Opens up to basically fully flat, and then it'll almost completely close up. So it's a pretty nice little model. Altogether, this is definitely a nice little piece to have as well for doing small little rock wall stuff or something like that. So definitely a pretty cool little piece to have with it, and that is basically going to round out the rest of the Engcon review here, guys. If anybody has any other questions, anything like that, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to get those answered as quickly as I can. I will leave a link to the Engcon website, and I will also leave a link to where you can find the 1/50th scale attachments as well in the description below, so look out for that. If you're just watching the video, as soon as it's uploaded, it might not be there, but it should be there. But other than that, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Been waiting a little while to get this done. Hope everybody doesn't mind, but we'll see you all in the next video, and until then, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. See y'all later.